Hello, friends and strangers. Welcome back to version 4.2 of Honkai Star Rail. And we're still inside the TV tower. Right about to go to the top and chase after Full Wish after all the lies she spread and all the, well, terrible things that have befallen other people because of her. Let's see if we can put a good end to it without too many problems. And there's that number again.
Blaming me for cheating? Ban my account if you dare.
I guess then it's not... Ooh. I guess it's now a height, not a how many floors.
Take this, system crash.
Oh, that's a bit weird, but okay.
These vines. It's them. The shadow is stirring. I hope it doesn't come to that.
That's not a good sign. Oh. Background is flowery with thorns. But the Joy Ascendants also wear flowers.
Pathway generated. Obstacles cleared. Pick up the speed. Faster.
And we also read in the description of that enemy that it has something to do with Full Wish. That she may have become some weird thing as well. Okay. Okay, the wish base said top floor. So is it a floor number? Maybe?
Full Wish and the source of Shuhu's flesh. They're just up ahead.
What a mess.
Well, let's go. Oh. Okay, happiness or a fatal ailment. That sounds great. The blossoms on the branch are not always a blessing of rebirth. Sometimes they are but poisonous thorns in disguise. Regaining her composure amidst lies and deception, she discovered it was all nothing more than a crude joke dedicated to the fools. Thus, from the ashes of despair, a flower of evil blooms. That's not a good description. Well, we need to use Trailblazer. There is one question that I have with that. I mean, it will be different Trailblazer.
Together, Don Hung.
I can live with that. Right? Maybe? Potentially? This is very creepy. I mean, the music doesn't help. But like, even just looking at this, it's like... all of the thorns growing in.
Arcadians don't believe in aliens!
Get out of playing Arcadia! Bucket yet!
It feels like we're not even necessarily like in the same place anymore, right? It feels like we're on the like doorstep to some kind of other world, because these flowers, they completely just don't match the rest of the interior here, or the outerior. They're completely alien and feel like an invasive species taking over. Huh. We read something about flowers of abundance. Or at least I said that they are potentially of the abundance. Growing in a garden and grown a bit too much. Suffocating everything else. Well, it's a great, wonderful thing we have here. Are you in the flower, Full Wish?
That giant flower
Is the true owner of the mask.
Oh. I mean, I guess that makes some sense. What are you laughing at?
Life is short. Why not smile more? We're all recipients of Aha's blessings. Seeing how ghastly everyone looks, let me tell one last joke. On that bloody evening 15 years ago, a student covered her mouth and hid in a broom closet, watching as her friend was smeared across the blackboard like paint.
That is a description. That's, very imaginative.
After she was rescued, she couldn't go home. The adults brought her 2 small boxes. Her parents were inside.
Ah.
From then on, she lived inside a wardrobe until a granny from the Mutual Aid Society knocked on her door. Child, you have to come out. There are so many others like you. We can help each other pick up the pieces, bit by bit. Did that child find a way out? Yes. And thank goodness. Every day she received letters of encouragement filled with smiley faces. She returned to school, spending her days and nights with new friends.
She is you. That's your story, isn't it?
People held her hand and said, "Go get him. You're the pride of the Arcadia." And I said, "That's right. I am the pride of the Arcadia."
Click! That's the one. The perfect, tearful smile. Where are the cameras? What are you doing hiding in the back? Get in here! We need to capture every single detail.
I don't quite understand. I understand everyone wants to document happy moments for me, but why are there so many cameras?
Mr. Collier, you're getting too excited. You let the cat out of the bag.
No big deal. We can edit it in post.
Post? Edit? What are you talking about?
Foolish. Congratulations. Just moments ago, you conquered every last viewer. Ratings for the elating show, Please Be Happy, just hit an all-time high.
The investors made the call immediately and greenlit the budget for the next 3 seasons. Cast members, and especially you, Full Wish, great work. You are the pride of the Arcadia.
What did you say? So, the people who helped me? Uncle August, Miss Spy? Were they all actors?
Yeah. That must feel terrible. But that's also probably where her entire idea comes from, right? What she showed us before. That everyone is not really, like, caring about it. This is it. Nobody really cares. They all just put on a mask, they play their role, but no one gives a damn about you and your suffering. And especially when you are already in a position like that. God, that feels terrible.
But my tears, they weren't fake at all.
The inspirational girl who survived the Herald of Death tragedy. A 100% true story. That's exactly the effect we're after.
Remember to look at the camera, superstar. Give us another smile.
How can you even ask that after she just found out?
That night, she locked herself in her room again. She turned away from every camera lens, hoping for just one person, anyone, to offer a sincere apology. But in the end, she received only a featherlight package. Guess what was inside?
The Fool's Mask.
A fool's mask.
Correct, but not quite. There was a note behind the mask, and it read, "The way you cried, you looked like a complete joke."
I mean, I understand that she is angry, very angry, at people pretty much abusing her tragedy to just, I mean, legitimately just garner viewership. But that's no excuse for hurting the innocent.
You want to demand an apology from the world of 15 years ago. That doesn't give you the right to hurt innocent people.
No! I'm trying to become the joke everyone expects me to be. Gods are fools, mistaking malice for mirth. Mortals are shams, masking malice with mirth. So, my dear supplicants, go ahead. I know you just want to turn me into a mindless monster too, don't you?
No. But the cameras are probably rolling, and what do you have in your hand?
Don't engage her. The camera is on us. Did she implant Shuhu's cells into her own body?
Probably.
Viewers, I knew it! They're trying to frame me! Soon, I'll lose my mind! But I will never yield! For the first time in my life, I will speak words of happiness to myself! Oh, laughter! I will spit right in your smiling face! I want to see when a mortal destroys the elating show you've been amusing yourself with. Will you still be able to laugh?
A gift from the elation! I shall create a never-ending Phantasmoon Games! Oh gods, let everyone never stop laughing! Is this as you wished? Supplicants from beyond the sky, if this game never ends, will you ever find happiness?
She wants the game to go on forever, looping inside an undying deadlock. Stay focused. Don't let Shuhu assimilate you.
Okay. Characters afflicted with the happiness state will gain stacks at the start of their turn. Once they reach a certain number of stacks, at the end of their turn, they will become converted to happiness puppet. Attacking and defeating enemies can reduce stacks to avoid being converted and overcome happiness. Interesting music, but also interesting design. That is a beating heart in there. A beating heart in a flower. Interesting. Passive Laughter's end triggers after 6 more enemy targets are eliminated, increasing the damage taken by all enemies and removing the wicked grin effect from Paramount Bliss inverted. Okay. Oh my god, that's a long one. The director of Full Wish TV fused with the flesh of Shuhu that was brought into our Planet Arcadia. During the last Phantasmoon Games 15 years ago, a serial killer known as the Herald of Death caused countless casualties. His actions left numerous residents without parents, siblings, and classmates. Physical scars can heal, but scars of the mind and soul can never be mended again. The people formed the Victims Mutual Aid Society in an attempt to heal this wound. Full Wish perfected a happiness surgery. Once administered, everyone would eternally forget their suffering and remain happy. The source of this surgery was pieces of Shuhu's flesh. 15 years later, the Victims' Mutual Aid Society evolved into the renowned Research Society of Happy Smiles. This simple little surgery, disguised as a cosmetic procedure or medical treatment, infected countless people in plain Arcadia and allowed Shuhu's cells to slumber within the populace. As the president of the Research Society of Happy Smiles, Fullwish harbored hatred toward the Phantasmoon games that spawned the Herald of Death and thus transformed into Paramount Bliss inverted Illwish Arch Lotus, launching her revenge against this world. That literally kind of feels like she is just a victim in this, actually. Everything that led to the Herald of Death was not part of her doing. The fact that she survived probably, however, was a doing of a certain meanie to potentially bring her to this. Okay. Big attack deals lightning damage to multiple random targets, characters, and applies happiness. When happiness reaches 6 stacks at the end of turn, targets will be converted into a happiness puppet. If happiness is reduced to 0, it will be removed and replaced with the inverted severance effect. So happiness is just as it gains the start of the turn a stack, lose a stack when enemy summons Illwish Lotus or after attacking an enemy target. Lose 1 additional stack after eliminating an enemy target at the end of the turn if stacks are at or above a certain amount will be converted into happiness. Stacks reach 0, so it is expelled. Happiness Puppet cannot take action. At the start of each turn, randomly enters either Outrage or Dominance state and gains Punchline. Has a chance to trigger right on target, granting allies more Punchline. Okay. Inverted Severance. Increases crit damage and becomes immune to Happiness Puppet effect. Interesting, okay. We have a normal single target attack and an AoE. Drains the HP of all targets with the Happiness or Happiness Puppet effect and converts it into this unit's HP. We have a boss that can heal. We already had one, the deer can, but anyway. Laughter's End. After a certain number of friendly units are defeated, triggers Laughter's End. It increases the damage taken by all friendly units and remove Wicked Grin effect from Paramount Bliss. And Wicked Grin is damage dealt increases. This effect is stackable. Okay. She doesn't have that right now.
Mountains grow, dragons rise!
And we're slow.
Is this how it feels to be in sync?
Or normal speed.
I choose you. Let's play for a while.
Now we have Wicked Grin. I didn't read these. I thought they were part of her, actually. I didn't even see that. Tendrils of flesh spreading from Shuhu's infinite growth, an evil flower nurtured by twisted delusions. Grants 1 stack of Wicked Grin, or after receiving killing blow, grants Punchline. Okay, it doesn't do anything else. That's
You have 10 seconds.
not so good.
I'll free you from your
Well,
disappear among the sea of butterflies.
let's see how much they
Illusions of the
take.
past.
Okay, not that much more.
I'll end your misery.
Kind of need to potentially keep some of them for other characters.
Who's next?
That works out pretty okay, I think. Giving you an extra turn. We can kill that one. Maybe. Alright, that goes after the enemy with the... I wanted to ult with Trailblazer to do that. Oh well. Well, then we're just gonna do...
Disappear among the sea of butterflies.
Without that.
Illusions of the past. Must find her weakness.
Even so, there are still people rooting for us.
Well, story difficulty strikes once more. We're gonna slow down, just so that we see... Yeah, we don't do any damage. Scripted. Let's see the super attack. Oh! And we're all affected by it.
I believe in the Astral Express.
Extra punchline, that doesn't do much.
Trust us. We can do anything!
Who's next?
Was that the healing? That wasn't that much.
I believe in the Astral Express.
My strength isn't what it was.
Do we just maybe...
soaring above the lands. This
I don't know.
is permanent.
Okay, we do normal damage again. We should just be able to win. No issue.
I'll end your misery.
Welp.
The climax of the comedy. How could it be complete without you, the protagonist? Come, receive this blessing!
That's it?
So weak. Don't stop now. I haven't had my fill yet. Kill her. Kill her. Kill her.
Don't lose, Lady Foolish!
I believe in the Astral Express.
Another nameless.
Oh. Not our Evanescia that we already know, or is it because she made a choice to actually let out her true self? Why is there a question mark? Also, the kill her. That is the people chanting at us to kill Full Wish? If I understand that correctly? And that would directly like tie back into what I said before of like how the actions of the supplicants are somewhat directed by the audience, by the masses cheering for them. But we don't want to be a violent thing. That's not necessarily our way. Sure, we did use force to fight Sparksicle and also the Daybreak Squadron, but we don't want to like advocate for violent being a good way. That's not what the Trailblaze is about. And I mean, we already know what the Elation Trailblazer will be. I mean, at least we have seen it online, and you can already have them in-game before you even start the storyline, which I did because I can't see all the red dots in the menu. I may have an OCD for stuff like that, I can't just let it slip by. But yeah, how are we going to get there? That's the question though. How are we gonna make a choice, or what kind of choice are we going to make?
I have awakened only 3 times in a millennium. 2 of those instances arose from the exceptions you brought.
Okay. Awakened Evanescia. The terrifying being. Exceptions you brought. Okay. More implications that Trailblazer is Akivili? Potentially? You're Evanescia?
No. I have come to pass judgment. Full Wish's transgressions have been judged by the Phantom Moon. Now, I will return everything to its proper course.
Its proper course. What does that
It is
mean?
simple. By my hand, the joyous sentence will return to the embrace of the Master of Immortality. Even if Shu-Hu were to rise again, the outcome would be the same.
That doesn't necessarily sound like the best way to handle things. Yeah, they all died. That is absolutely unacceptable.
Dragging 200,000 innocent people to the grave. I can't accept that.
Innocent. The innocent people you speak of are willingly offering up their wish power to the enemy, driving you into a corner.
Yeah, but it's not their fault. We have seen the manipulations. They were literally driven into a corner to accept the happiness surgery to begin with. They just wanted their pain to be gone. They never wanted to be cheering on for violence. They never wanted this. Even though they have now been twisted into assisting the enemy, quote-unquote, out of their free will, they still are the victims.
I can see it clearly. Their support for Full Wish, and their hostility toward you. It's all from the heart.
So what if it's true? As long as there's still someone out there who has hope, I won't give up.
Indeed, in Aha's games, right and wrong are of no consequence. So you must understand, everyone you save today could just as easily turn around and spit on someone else. Or perhaps even you, tomorrow. On the path of elation, humor and cruelty hold equal strength. Full Wish bested you because she granted all living beings the right to mockery. Mocking you, her, even themselves. Mocking everything disappointing about this Arcadia. As you can see, people have chosen the masks she offered. To think a mere game could change the world, that is nothing but a fantasy.
I mean, at some point... I guess we can't just change everything, but we still at least have to try. I'm not arrogant enough to think that.
I only believe one thing. People are disappointed in the world because they want it to get better.
Yes, that is a thing I absolutely believe in. Not just within game, but also in real life. Sometimes it's just difficult to make it better, and there's a lot of problems and hurdles. Which, yeah, sure, since things don't always work out how we want them to, things are frustrating. But we still have to try, because otherwise it really is just meaningless.
And I can show them that someone will always step up.
You don't even have a decent mask. But you seem to be hiding an interesting ace up your sleeve.
What have you seen?
If you allow that wish power to surge into you unchecked, you'll end up just like Full Wish, tainted by it, losing your sense of self. And how can you be certain that you won't be changed by the elation?
It doesn't matter. A journey is supposed to change a person.
That's not a bad answer. The crystal flower that embraces the world. These are all... Seeing the general who doesn't disappoint. Yao Guang. Genius who leads the stars. The first genius who comes to mind is like Herda. Is that her, maybe? The sun destined to rise is Finon. Watcher of the River of Forgetting. Maybe Evernight? If that's the crystal flower that embraces the world.
Even if the world isn't kind to us, that's okay.
Is this a decision that, like, depending on what you choose, you have a different person from our adventures show up? That's kinda cool. On the main account it is Cyrene though. 100%.
As long as I don't forget, there will always be someone to remember the meaning of a smile. It doesn't matter who I used to be. What matters is what I want people to see when they look at me.
You know something? You're far more arrogant than you realize.
Perhaps.
But if you aren't mad enough, how could you ever earn their favor? It seems even in the darkness, there's a light that still shines for you.
The glow sticks from Star Rail Fest?
Give me 3 more minutes. And check back at previous. It's the same answer. Why is this a choice?
Why 3 minutes?
Because we need them to do something with them?
Because 3 minutes is all you need to believe in the light.
Childish. Using glow sticks as weapons. That's certainly a first.
I mean, imbued with the power of literal magic, or in this case like wish power, it's like anything can be a weapon. Also, I just realized that is a freaking Astral Express. I was looking at that and being like, well, it does look somewhat maybe like a Star Wars lightsaber handle, but no. That is in Astral Express. That's a train.
Then the pact is sealed. Fantis moon above and sacred tree below, witness this oath at this moment. As constant as I am, as certain as your ascent, let it be never forsworn.
That's similar to what Evanescia said before, but that pact she said was fulfilled. This one is, however, with the... I'm gonna call her the other Evanescia.
You're up, protagonist.
Back to the cheerful you.
Yeah, you got this!
I believe in you! Fine, come on!
Get at it! Yeah!
You got this!
No matter what kind of wish, I'll accept it, and I'll change it. The self beneath this mask, I'll show them. Hero meets the dazzling entrance!
Back on stage! That was quick. Just who exactly is the undying monster here?
I'll stand in their way.
Use Mated Ray Rays while you starward to make the target immediately use elation skill one time. Well,
Shine. Light it up.
you're the only one who has one.
Right now. The stage is yours.
Where'd you pop up from, little lady? Your wound. Are you alright?
I'm good. Actually, I've never been better.
Well,
Don't mess with me.
that's very low damage. Nothing of like passive resistances. Do we have... is this phase 2 now? We got another massive lightning damage to all targets. If this unit is in Wicked Grin, inflicts happiness, puppet on all targets ill. And... that seems to be it. Just another thing of like, they use their attack in the next turn. Welp. I mean, we're gonna use it for energy efficiency, but I don't think we can pull people up enough to get a turn.
Do you hear that, Full Wish? The voice is calling for me to defeat you.
And the music has a little beat of heroic in them now.
This Daybreak. This one. This is for everyone.
That's the cancer of all worlds for you. Using one disaster to snuff out another.
Well, we need to do what we can.
Very funny.
Okay, we do normal damage
Free you
again.
from your disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Even without Ash Veil's like extra, this
Your moment
just
to shine.
hurts.
All eyes are on you. Don't think. Feel.
Okay, we're back to start. Okay, fine. Just put shields up.
Don't mess with me.
That's... how much healing was that? That's a pretty good amount. If that is percentage based, that's gonna be really annoying. Can we just kill you? Close.
Descend into a blissful hell! I'm sorry, my dear viewers.
Why are you saying that?
In the end, I still couldn't protect this Arcadia.
I mean, at this point now it should be very obvious that you are not really protecting anything.
The people have made their choice. You've lost. You don't know what their wishes are.
I don't know. And I don't care.
Just like the people that did that to you. You're no better than them.
So slow. It would only take the heroic death an instant to kill me. But it took Arcadia 15 whole years.
She's dead.
one responsible for all this. And yet, she gets to just drift away into death.
Well, she's not the one fully responsible. But she definitely did a lot.
And left us with a massive headache to boot.
Yeah, we still have to kind of revert the transformation, don't we?
You haven't forgotten, have you? The real crisis is only just beginning.
If the abundance transformations continue, this whole world will be reduced to a demonic star.
It's worse than that. The moment Foolish died, the internet went into a total meltdown. She was planning to go for broke from the very start. She didn't leave us any way out.
Everyone's going to die!
Back as a ghost and haunt you for this!
Please save us!
The situation is already spiraling out of control. At this rate, it's only a matter of time before a third and fourth wave of disasters hit.
That's enough.
And I know this is sudden, but all eyes on me, please.
I am Cinderborn of the Daybreak Squadron. I'm currently borrowing Miss Sparksy's livestream channel. Everyone, please listen to me. It's not time to despair just yet.
Cut the chatter! Hurry up and save me!
There's all this time, Fullwish has been deceiving everyone and rigging the game. It was the Nameless who stopped her, and even now, they're still trying to stop the disaster from spreading. We can't just sit around waiting to be saved. Supplicants aren't the only ones capable of miracles. We can rely on ourselves to make our wishes come true. I'm assisting with the rescue efforts in Seafeld City. To anyone who can hear my voice, please take action immediately.
Nice to see him come around. But also shouting out to like everybody to help. Maybe not every normal civilian should.
True, you really know how to be...
Panic won't solve any...
Keep your phone lines open and conserve your battery. Tell your friends and family. Tell everyone around you. There is still hope.
There's still hope!
The Daybreak Warriors are with you. All rescue forces are en route to Seafeld City. And, Blurry, would you like to say a few words as well?
Hi! Hello, everyone. I'm the author of Fluffy Across the Blue, Blurry QR Cult. So pull yourselves together, or else I'm totally drawing your scaredy cat faces into the comic. Speaking of comics, the Fluffy's latest update, Audience with the Divine, the Plain Arcadia volume, is complete. The release date is set for...
Of course, she has to plug her own merchandise first. Not even merchandise.
Who are you? I'm your attending physician. What did you promise me when you were discharged?
What a thoroughly entertaining comedy sketch. Well then, chat, that's a wrap for tonight. Bye!
Of course, this had to devolve into... Well... That's fine.
It seems this world is not completely incurable yet.
No, there is hope.
Don't tell me. You have a plan?
Gather the scattered flesh and blood of Shuhu into my body, and I will command it as Fullwish did. Maybe there's still a chance to turn this around.
You're insane. You want to let that thing gather in one place to rise from the ashes? We must not repeat the mistakes of our past lives.
I knew it. You just couldn't resist pulling a big stunt.
I am the only host capable of maintaining my sanity.
Without the Spirit Whisperer, I'm not 100% sure I could restrain you.
What if there was someone who could perform thought tuning and control you? Would that improve our odds?
Alovian kid, don't do anything stupid. Do you have any idea how many infected people there are?
A lot.
Can you control the thoughts of hundreds of thousands? You're just adding one more victim to the list.
Mr. Ashvale, there will always be people who do stupid things. I've been wondering something for a while now. How did Plain Arcadia get its name? Just like Penacony, the surface is all glitz and glamour, but underneath, the currents churn violently. But now I understand. Stasis can never bring happiness. Here, all answers are accepted, and all possibilities are allowed. People's wishes collide, shattering along with this Arcadia. But just like all shattered worlds, there is a light here that will never go out. I once sought to put an end to suffering, and for that very reason, today, I hope to have the opportunity to trailblaze the path ahead for them. People of the Arcadia, I, the Exile Sunday, hereby reveal my identity to all of you. On behalf of the 33 martyrs of the Sinwish Syndicate, I humbly beseech you, please, for the sake of this warrior, offer up your fear. There is no need to suppress it, nor should you feel ashamed. Please, face your fears. For only the truest of emotions can save this Arcadia. I will weave your desires into a lifeline. This will be an arduous, synchronized wish. A triumphant hymn that transcends the flesh and blood of the abundance and sounds throughout the Arcadia.
Please, give us your wish power.
Please, give us your wish power.
Put an end to this farce.
Oh, Skybow. Please, do not cast your gaze here.
May the tragedies of the past never be repeated.
There's still hope! There's still hope! There's still hope!
Sweet dreams always come to an end. This time, I will defend everyone's right to feel pain!
The time has come! Shoo-ho! My death! I bury you!
That which began because of us. You and I will end this together!
Nice. Before it fully wakes up, I'll end this game with a single parameter.
That was honestly pretty good. Especially Sunday. I said that I think multiple times. I've had a problem with how he was written, that after Penacony he does not have like a real thing to do at first over the entirety of Amphoris. He's just kinda there, but it's also the weirdness of he did terrible stuff and he didn't really have a redemption. But it is also because he did that, right? It is the exact thing. He made mistakes, he made things he regrets, he goes on this journey because he wants to find a better way, and now seeing a world that is, on the surface, the same as Penacony, looking so wonderful and whatnot, but the moment you look underneath is also just as much as Penacony, filled with all of these problems, is that he sees things from a different perspective. And I would still say that that is not completely perfect, but it definitely is. I can live with it. It's going in a good direction, I would say. Also, seeing Blade and Dan Heng literally work together is kind of awesome. So yeah, that was a pretty good end.
Don't crowd around me. I'm not dead yet. If you want to say your goodbyes or catch up on old times, form a line.
Nice work, lady.
Everyone just wants you to live out a good life.
The word live seems rather disrespectful to him.
Yeah, but how else do you want to say that?
Saving a planet from the scourge of the abundance is indeed a monumental achievement.
You missed the entire battle. Where did you go?
Apologies. I had a long talk with someone and spent quite some time divining the future, peering into the possibility of the Rainbow's intervention. Fortunately... Thank you, Stellaron Hunter. I say this with the utmost sincerity.
That's also nice.
So, did your hexagram reading come true?
Dragons clash in the wilderness. Their ichor dark and yellow. I assumed the High Elder and his nemesis would engage in a bloody battle. But it appears the prophecy did not come to pass.
Perhaps those words hold a deeper meaning.
Before heading to the TV tower.
The battle is over. Have you regained your sanity?
Thank you. But doing just this isn't enough.
What are you doing? Why are you plunging the fragments of the Shard Sword into your own body?
I hate Shu is right before my eyes. Only this way can I remain lucid and remember those mistakes. Only in this way can I face the coming death match.
He uses a fragmented sword to maintain his sanity. The pain must be indescribable.
That also proves, however, that he has a lot of willpower to go through with that.
Ichor, dark and yellow,
refers to the color of the shard sword when it shatters.
I see. That's a fascinating interpretation of the hexagram. But we've strayed from the topic at hand. As an envoy of the Xianzhou, it appears I must fulfill my mission now.
Now?
Escort me back to the Xianzhou. To remain imprisoned for all eternity. Or perhaps execute me on the spot.
If you want to make a move on a Stellaron Hunter, you'll have to answer to me.
I'm not unreasonable. I can grant you the ending you've been seeking. A dignified funeral, all your own. If everyone is in agreement, then come with me so we can discuss the plan. As for the burial site, I have chosen Plain Arcadia, at the end of the world in Canvas.
I mean, the script for Blade apparently only said it's related to death. So I guess this is what that would have been talking about?
Sealed there is the entity that will allow you to exact revenge on Shuhu.
Ah. That may not be so happy. I mean, I guess it depends on how you define that, right? If it's what he wants more than anything else, then I guess it is fine.
Good. I'm relieved to see you're unharmed.
Remarkably so. We legitimately, had a big scar on our chest.
When I saw you fall, I thought it was all over. Thank goodness you're back. You always come back at the critical moment. But you seem a little different now.
Because I've embarked on a new path, perhaps?
I can tell. This path really suits you.
Honestly, a little bit, yeah. Why did you change your outfit too?
I'm not sure why. But after leaving Amphorius, the blood of the permanence that had long lain dormant within me began to pulse once more. Presumably, in a place so close to the abundance and life itself, Imbiber de Lunay's powers have grown more active. I had intended to use this legacy from my past life sparingly, but the situation in that battle just now was dire, and I didn't have a choice. To keep Blade from losing his mind, every single one of us had to give it our all.
What are you going to do next?
I'm going to speak with Blade, and General Yao Guang too. I'm curious about the funeral that was mentioned just now. Could this be the release he's been waiting for all this time?
Maybe.
Furthermore, those who underwent the happiness surgery, will they be able to be safely restored to their original state? Perhaps when this is all over, I can assist the Department of Aberration Defense with the aftermath. I have a feeling that defeating Full Wish will only be just the beginning. The myriad of complications that follow, that will be an even tougher challenge to handle.
No doubt in that.
Anyway, let's head back to the Express first. We can talk there.
Now, how did that feel?
I never imagined tuning could be so fatiguing.
I mean, you've normally probably didn't do it on 200,000 people.
Fortunately, I succeeded.
Thanks, Sonny.
Saying thanks. You're making us sound like strangers.
I mean, sure, we have known each other for some time, but we haven't really gotten to know each other that much. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Linking everyone's thoughts together reminded me of Anna's dream. The world is truly full of wonders. This time, I used my tuning to defend the right to suffer.
But that's also the important part. Without suffering, all of the good parts are just... I mean, they're not as impactful. Sure, we don't want to suffer. But if everything is always just happy and sunshine and everything is great, it's like, it makes it so much more meaningless. Again, it's about balance.
I feel like I'm no longer flying alone, but walking the earth together with everyone. It's grounding and reassuring.
What are you going to do next?
I think it's time I headed back to the Express for a rest. I've got a feeling I'm in for a lecture from Mr. Yang. Sometime soon, I plan to pay my respects to the fallen of the Sinwish Syndicate. I want to tell Polwave that I fulfilled his request. See you on the Express.
Not fully super great, but again, on the right track to something. What are you sighing about? Why does the Alpha Wolf sigh?
Blade was taken away by that Cienjo lady. Danger. Why are you calling me that all of a sudden?
I don't know.
After this battle, you've grown a few inches taller in my eyes.
Are you making fun of my height?
Definitely, absolutely not. We would never dare. Is Blade alright?
Alright. He's anything but. He's got so many issues. In the blink of an eye, as the flesh and blood coalesced, that thing suddenly burst into a tree. Lucky for us, I was quick on the draw. I compressed it with an algorithm and stuffed it right into Blade's body. We should thank the little Dragon King, too. He kept Bladey under control. Nice assist.
So, what's the plan?
Keep playing the Phantom Moon games, obviously. What was that line again? Next time we meet, we'll be enemies. You dare defy me when I'm level 999.
Well, we could have a nice competition that doesn't involve death and destruction.
Are you all right? You're not hurt anywhere, are you?
No, I'm doing great, but still, when did you get here?
Thank you, Himiko, for taking us on this journey.
Don't be silly. Right now, I just want to bring you, Dan Heng, and Sunday, everyone, back to the Express. Brew a few cups of coffee, sit in the party car, listen to records, and idle away the time chatting. I just want to see more of you all.
Oh, coffee.
Mm-hmm. One cup of coffee to pick you up and wipe away the fatigue. Look forward to it, okay?
Sure.
I'm going to see someone. I'll be back on the Express soon. Wait for me.
Don't take too long.
The tide of wish power has subsided. I wasn't mistaken, you've kept your promise once again. Now it's my turn to ask for your help. Let's meet up on the way to Gravia Academy, yeah? Okay, wait for me. Tread on a brand new path. Already unlocked via early access because, again, menu glowy things and I can't wait for stuff like that. Yao Guang is still here. Do you have something to say? The mist is heavy and stars shine at high noon. Oh my! A divination here in Planet Acadia indicates the limping hexagram. Definitely not a lucky draw. Could you explain the divination? You're an honest, curious one, aren't you? Reminds me of my junior soror. I'll break it down for you. If you can see starlets at high noon, it means their light is drowning out the sun, which is never a good sign. The next part says the right arm is broken, but no one is to blame. I'm afraid you were stuck in a rut lately and might even bring harm upon yourself. A single mistake could ruin everything as your luck runs out. That really doesn't sound good. How should I know? I'm just gonna pack my bags and head back to the Yushui. Tell Xingxi to hurry up and leave the Luofor to serve as my envoy to Planet Acadia. That's the plan. I'm leading. Hold up, Lu. You're a furbo. Boss, for your information, I've mastered the hexagram myself. I'm just as sharp at divination as Madame Yao. That's just how people are these days. If you don't dress up as Madame Yao and put on the whole deck, no one's gonna take those words seriously. No matter if you've seen through me, in Madame Yao esteemed words, my insights about the Arcadia has gotten more profound. Heard that other phobos who do roleplay always end up fighting you when they get busted. Not that I'm planning to do that, but if I deliberately stand out from the crowd, my coworkers are bound to give me a hard time later. Boss, sorry about this, but I'm gonna have to ask you to spar with me. God damn it, I was fooled for a moment. I actually had a short belief that this was actually normal things happening. But no, of course, it's a flippin' furbo.
So you are afraid of me?
Well,
Accept the penalty. I'll end your misery. I'll end your misery.
phew, guess that'll do for an explanation. To spar off the boss myself, what an honor. Just wonder which one of you is stronger, you or our former boss Nihilux. Well, guess we have to see in the future. Fire and water are irreconcilable. Their ambitions incompatible. Rivalry between presents has always been this way. I can smell the creative inspiration in the air. Well then, I'm off to craft a story about you two bosses clashing. Bye boss, let's hope I create something truly magnificent. Set the team right again. Let's get my ash veil back. Well, guess I should have known that is a character that isn't actually like put in with any quest markers above their head, that they probably don't have something to say right in this moment.
I'll stand guard.
Important to the actual things going on right now. But oh well. No, overall, so far, this has ended quite well. We still have, of course, a mastermind running around who potentially is going to cause trouble in the future. And the people affected by the happiness surgery need to be saved, but still, otherwise, this ended quite well. And maybe...
Welcome back. Welcome back to the everyday routine of playing Arcadia's Peace.
Maybe also actually Blade will have it pretty well. Maybe he actually does find something he's looking for. Also, I just realized one thing. We tread on a new path, but We didn't get an appearance of an Eon gazing upon us.
Scored a big victory, huh? How's it feel?
Happy. Mostly happy.
Being the center of attention is worth rejoicing over.
I don't think that that's the most important part, but okay.
But you've still got a long way to go before you win the game.
What about you? Am I speaking to Evanesia? Or her?
Take a guess.
Well, Ikala-wise and the way your demeanor is Evanesia.
What a shame. It's not every day you get to be a supplicant, only to miss out on the spotlight completely. Still, at least I didn't become a villain character. A blessing in disguise.
It's fine, you have infinite lives after all. Stories are like spring, they will come again soon. I mean, that is just true.
You have infinite life. And in the future, infinite opportunities await.
Thanks for cheering me up. Little Raccoon, I've been a huge fan of yours all along. I knew it would pay off from the very first page of the Fluffy Volume 1, Chapter 1.
At it again. But yeah, did you have something you wanted to ask me?
Yes, I have a favor to ask of you. I need you to go deep into the world in Canvas and warn its creator.
What? Wouldn't that be Graphia? Yeah, like, you mean Graphia?
A millennium ago, Graphia sacrificed herself to create a plane within the painting, to resist the demon legions from beyond. Since then, she has been slumbering in the deepest reaches of the scroll. And now, the enemy we once joined forces to fight has returned.
Well?
Someone is forcing me to break the rules, to exhaust my strength. Someone wants to ruin the Phantasmoon Games and destroy the Eon Seal. Please, tell Graphia. The Demon Lord from beyond has returned. You must be careful.
Oh, Lord Ravager Assad Pramad. Well, that 100% confirms it, but it also says that that is who was initially responsible for the attack by the Antimatter Legion, the demons from beyond. Will you come with me?
While you were fighting, I was using the power of abundance to heal the wounds of all those affected.
That's a good thing.
Sorry, I guess I overdid it again. I really need a good long nap now. Look forward to my next dazzling entrance, little raccoon.
That's also the word that Trailblazer used. Certain words are just kind of associated with certain characters, and dazzling has a very clear connotation towards Rappa. It's a bit weird that this has been used multiple times now. Where'd you go? Hey, don't leave.
Evanesia?
There's also no one else around. Streets are completely empty. Meanwhile, at the roof of Perlux Tower.
The ink has not run dry, but the painted scroll is on the verge of tearing. I never thought the one who'd show up would be you.
I'm flattered I managed to slip into your blind spot.
Those flickering things are eye symbols. They look similar to the eyes that were also on the cameras in the one shot with Full Wish. Interesting.
With everyone's eyes fixed on Full Wish, Perlux Tower security really isn't what it used to be. But that doesn't explain how a mere security officer could sneak in. Answer me this, Miss Kuchiba. Just what sort of secret are you hiding beneath that mask of yours? A masked fool? A spy from the Marketing Development Department? Or the Ninth Supplicant?
That last one feels very weird.
As of right now, I'm still a security officer for the Department of Aberration Defense, and just as dutiful as you are. All I want is for the Phantasmoon games to continue.
Avoiding the question.
And as for how much I'm willing to divulge during this conversation, that depends entirely on your sincerity.
What do you want to know?
I know the IPC has been plotting in plain Arcadia for years, and it certainly isn't for the authority of the Elation. What you're trying to lay your hands on is the darkest secret of this world. A horror sealed away by the Aeonic game. The remains of the Aeon Ouroboros are on Ahatopia. Right.
Welp. I mean, the thing in the torn scroll definitely screams veracity. But this still brings up the question as to how the frick is it here? Also, what in the world does the IPC want with that? That cannot be good. It's never good.
Huh?
Oh, do we do this?
Go.
I mean, I did it last time, I think, so sure, why not? Breaking news, more stuff. Volume 3, Where Demons Dance and Foolish feigns glory. Heroes rally at Seafield to turn the tide. Do we go through the whole thing? Do I want to read out everything? I mean, if I'm here... okay, if I read out this, I also have to read out everything. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. Probably actually not. I thought we just had one little... actual... extra thing, but... okay, no, there was no, like, direct press conference, and... okay, I've been thinking for some minutes. And there are a few things I still want to talk about. First and foremost, overall, this was... I think for the most part it was a pretty good update. We are getting some interesting things, right? Like Blade is going to potentially actually find something, maybe some kind of fulfillment, maybe some kind of actual satisfying conclusion, or maybe not. We shall see next time. There is a lot of things that have come to a conclusion though. I mean, the Society of Smiles. But there's also some other stuff here. One thing in particular is, like, Fulvish's story is one of... I don't know how to say this, but she feels like really just a victim of circumstance, right? She was just a completely normal person, was then just randomly in a tragedy, had people around her just pretty much just abuse her, right? They didn't care about it, they just cared about, like, how much popularity she brought them. And the message in the mask, that one is honestly just vile. And it is something that feels a bit, especially nowadays, where, like, so many things are only for sensations, right? So many things have to be, like, just getting views and like getting a lot of approval from other people, and you need like high numbers, but it's like the actual people involved in some of those things somewhat get left behind. I feel like it is a bit of a cautionary tale. That we should respect others' feelings a bit more, and here and there, honestly, quite honestly, also somewhat talking from personal experience. Sometimes it would just be nice to just have a person that's just a little bit kind. It doesn't take much to make someone's day. Just here and there, instead of just passing by without a word, sometimes just maybe a little compliment, maybe just be nice, and even if something's not going super well in your life and you're angry and frustrated, just don't let other people feel that literally are not at fault for it. If just some people were there for Full Wish that actually were genuine about it, maybe just a handful of people that actually really cared about her. Sure, there would still be a giant group of jerks that only wanted to pretty much take advantage of her situation, but it may not have escalated to something like this. Again, a bit of a cautionary tale that you... Maybe we should really just make an effort to try to make the world as best of a place that we can. Right? And I mean, sure, that's never really easy. This is always a struggle, especially when you're really struggling, when you're in a position of just the entire world just like comes crumbling down on top of you, and you feel like life itself is suffering. It's not easy to see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? The tunnel in that moment probably feels endless. But it does exist, right? There are still things that we can hope for. There are still things that prove that hope is a thing that we can have. I mean, to a certain extent, I feel like that is the big message of Star Rail in general. I mean, that is how it started. We made a choice to fight against our fate. We legitimately are fighting against the odds every single time. That is just kind of the big thing, but we never give up, never stop, always keep going, even though it sometimes feels like we can't actually make a difference. Just trying can potentially also make others do the same. It is a lot of, like, overcoming hardships in life. Doing it on your own is incredibly difficult. You sometimes need other people. And I know sometimes it's really, really difficult to even, like, reach out to others, or even when you do and they don't actually, like, know how to help you. Sometimes it's just enough that they're even there, that they're even willing to help, even though they don't know how. It doesn't take much to make someone else's life a little better. But oh well, back to actual story. There is a lot of weird questions. One and foremost, I think, Ouroboros. Why the hell is it here? Also, why the hell does the IPC want it? Also, why the hell and how does Kuchiba know about it? Ouroboros of Veracity is also one of the weirder eons, because Veracity feels like a path that's very straightforward, right? The thing wanted to eat the universe, as far as we understand it, but it's like, is that it? Especially with what happened in the Torn Scroll. And, I mean, I was in the wrong with trying to figure out, like, what this thing in the Torn Scroll has to do with the Smiled Society. But still, I think it was last time. Yeah, it was last time. In version 4.1. I said something about, like, does this train not have a... That's not the point. I said something about, like, how does happiness really go into that, and maybe it is something about, like, you can't get enough, you just need more. Trying to, like, always be happy. Potentially, veracity might, especially on a planet like this, it potentially might have something to do with, like, desires. It could be something like that. We just really don't know much about it. And I'm guessing we're gonna get some answers, but also, I'm kind of afraid of, like, what the hell does the IPC want with it? Like, I do not trust the IPC. We have enough moments that the IPC is just always trying to get more power, more influence, and doesn't necessarily care about people. We've seen that often enough. Bellabog, Penacony, here, how they literally just kind of take over everything, but there's also just other things, like, there's one side quest about, like, a scientist that makes a weapon that can destroy, like, an entire solar system, and the IPC wants it and they want to make it better. And the story ends with Herta taking the thing for safekeeping and just... I mean, she's probably not gonna use it for anything evil, but it's like, why the hell would the IPC even need something like that? Why is that something that they're willing to invest in? Right? There's so many other little things about it. It's always just like, the IPC really is a group of people where I'm like, I'm not saying they're evil, because most of the people in them, they're just doing their job. They're just working in this giant super mega ultra corporation, but it's like, the actual corporation itself just doesn't seem to value life at all. It's all about profit. It's all about power, influence, and control. And yeah, that thing does not have a locomotive. Huh. Is that a bug, or is that supposed to be like that? Is that just a invisible express? But yeah, like, it is very bizarre. Like, what the hell does the IPC want with the remains of Ouroboros? There's other things in the story that are very interesting, though, and I think the prime thing is Asad Pramat. We know not too much about him. We know he's a meticulous planner, like, would even say maybe an over-planner, who takes a long time for his plans to even come to fruition, and that's kind of the big thing. This whole plan... was that super long planned, right? Was this a big thing? It feels mostly that it was Fulwish's, like, anger and frustration against this society. That is what it was. This was her just slowly dying inside of all of this time with all of these fake smiles around her, and she just... like, it even feels like a bit of a revenge story, that she just wanted them all to, like, feel how she felt, right? How she was mocked by that message with the mask, right? That she just wanted to look into all of these people's faces with all the fake smiles around them and just pretty much just laugh at their face. How do you feel now? That's what it feels like. It feels like holding up a mirror to this society that's rotten on the inside, at least from her perspective. It doesn't necessarily feel like something that's super well planned and thought out. It feels impulsive. And that's kind of the point. Asad Pramat, Mr. Meanie... now the entire train is... Is this a bug? It doesn't matter. Mr. Meanie literally said, or rather he described Fulwish as student. His student. On one hand, maybe that, like, he somehow met her during her travels off-world, but also he then said that this is not his plan, right? His student just did this, and he is willing to assist with everything he can. Pretty much meaning this is not his big thing. And that is also kind of the point, because we have a literal confrontation between him and Silverwolf. Silverwolf with the cartridge. Like, at near full power. And he doesn't seem to be able to just take care of her that easily. But that's kind of the point. She's not the only super powerful being we have here. We have Evanesia, or rather the other Evanesia, who nearly stepped in, and only the Trailblazer kind of prevented that. Which, well, we were swallowed by the moon. I'm guessing that was Aha pushing us in that direction. At least that's how I see it. But, like, she could have done something. I mean, she was willing to, like, kill all the people, I guess, to just stop this. And there's other people, like we have Ashvale, La Mancha, the, well, former leader of the Galaxy Ranger. Is he, like, he's in retirement, kind of, right? We have too many. We have Blade, also, who again had a direct connection with. Okay, that train is also disappearing. What is going on? Anyway, right? He had a direct connection with the whole thing and could influence these people, or rather, he could like direct Shuhu and take it all into his body. Even though Silwolf had to like give it a little bit of a push at the end, like push the tree back into him. Still, there is a lot more people here that seem to be incredibly powerful. A lot of people that could all kind of just interfere with this plan, that all could stop it. And that's kind of the point. That doesn't feel like, for someone like Assad Pramat, who, again, we mostly just know that he is like the big planner. It's like, that doesn't feel correct. Like, someone that would try to have those big plans, make sure that they work, and like plan for so long that it like really is like perfect, then this really feels like all of these characters, they all seem like a giant problem, right? And that really just makes me think that what is to come in future updates is going to be so much worse. I mean, this story, if it would have been terrible, if everything would have escalated, we could have literally had, like, Lan themselves shoot an arrow at this planet. Which, let's be honest, that's like apocalypse already, but like, I'm guessing what is to come could be worse. And that, actually, there was no cars for so long, and now suddenly. But that actually makes me think of one thing. And I have thought about this a bit, but I think this is a theory I'm gonna run with now. Aha changed the rules. Whoever wins is becoming Aha. But look at one tiny detail. Assad Pramat wants to kill Aha. And we already had the story about someone in the past who wanted to do that, and Aha just answered, oh, but aren't you Aha right now? Because that someone won the games and tried to use the power of elation for this. And that's kind of the point. If Aha makes someone else Aha, and again, Assad Pramat wants to kill Aha, and again, because of how much of a potential perfect planner he is, and with all of these like very powerful characters around that could all just stop him, I'm thinking that maybe he has a perfect plan, maybe he is just going to succeed. But Aha is going to trick us all. Like, Aha is quote-unquote going to die. But it's not the Aha that we know. Right? And I mean, there is one tiny little proof for this even, and that is Amphorius. Amphorius is a representation of how the universe works. And we can look at a lot of things that happen in Amphorius and kind of interpret them. Because Amphorius isn't perfect, right? It is a like 99% accurate description of the inner workings of the universe, but it is not perfectly accurate. Mostly because it cannot be. Like, it's just one world that's depicting the entire universe, that just doesn't work in terms of scale, but also because, like, the 12 factors are supposed to represent the paths, and, I mean, I already said it, like, what kind of are the eons, if not, like, the perfect impersonation of a path, right? Isn't that like the perfect way to potentially like represent a path? But the 12 factors, the crisis airs and the Titans, they are not eons. They are close to it, like there's very, very clear similarities between them. But again, they're like 99% of the way there. It's just not fully. But one of them, the Titan of Trickery, Zagreus, who represents elation, quote-unquote dies, but then later it turns out that he actually survived in the form of Spirit Thief Bartolos. And that is what I'm nailing this theory on right now, that is why Aha changed the rules. Aha is going to play a trick. I think we are going to face an enemy that is going to legitimately play like 8-dimensional chess with us and has foreseen every move and knows exactly what's going to happen, and we're going to play right into their cards. But it will not matter at the end, because they themselves will be tricked by Aha. That is what I'm going to say right now. Now, how much of that will be true and whatnot, we have to see in the future. But that is where my mind is at right now. And well, with that, I think that shall be it for today. So, as per usual, if you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment what you think about it. Not just about the theory that I have said right now, but also just what you thought about the portrayal of the society with Full Wish, maybe. Or just anything really. Just have a bit of kindness, maybe. Anyway, have a nice day. Till next time. Bye-bye. And now the train is completely fine again. I'm gonna stand here a bit more and watch trains. Okay. So what we know now is very clearly Assad Pramod is a game master, a chess master, a chess player. He plans meticulously and takes long before his plans become actually, like, fulfilled. If this was all that it was, then that's a bit too little, right? Like, all the things, the Herald of Death, accident, leaving one random person alive that then becomes completely, like, caught up in how this society works and what they wanted to do, therefore develops hatred towards this society and tries to tear it down. That all kind of, okay, feels fine. But that was too easy, right? So there must be more. That can't be all it was. There must be something else. But that has mostly wrapped up all the things we know, except for, again, the Torn Scroll and Ouroboros. We don't have too much on that. We don't know how much really we can save these people so far. That's like, I guess they're about to be saved, but it has not been done yet. Then there is the thing with Blade, which we'll get next time. We still have some question about, like, what happened 15 years ago. Like, I at least think that there is still some mysteries that are not entirely answered. But overall, this has been mostly pretty straightforward. Which again feels a bit wrong. It feels too clean. Well, but I guess that should be it. Hope you enjoyed. Till next time. And as always, have a nice day. Till we get to embark on, well, Blade's little potential search for what he's looking for. Maybe fulfillment. Hopefully, he kind of deserves it. Till then, bye-bye.